Good morning. How are you on the last day of our training? More money, more joy. How you can make more money and do it in a way that feels great. Let me start the recording here on all of our platforms and we'll get going. So while I do, settle in, grab your coffee, grab your tea. Make sure you have your pen and paper because I am not done teaching you. We are going to be covering the psychology of the sale today and an overview of the last 4 days, as well as some client case studies. And I'm going to be sharing all of this with you today on screen share because I want to give you a visual representation of what you've been learning. And it's a great way to recap what we've already been doing. So I'll share my screen now. We'll get into the psychology of the sale so that you can learn how to sell authentically and naturally with more confidence. So if you're joining me live, I would love to see who's here. Thank you for being so consistent and honoring your desire to change and up level. When you do that, you get results. When you don't show up for yourself, nothing changes. So congratulations for making the time to listen. Nancy, good morning. I sent you a message that I would cover your questions today. I'll answer the questions at the end. And ladies, gentlemen, if there's anything that you have questions about that I've trained on over the last 4 days, or questions come up today, when they pop into your brain, write them in the chat. I won't be distracted so that you can remember to ask me those questions at the end, okay? So the psychology of the sale. Let's do an overview before we hop into today's training. And you may want to screenshot some of my slides so that you can have a copy for yourself, okay? And let's get to it. Give me 1 second here. Dun, dun, dun. Here's my screen share. Well, I don't want to share Facebook. So let me just see here if I can, yeah. Oh, all right. Okie dokie, we're making progress. Bear with me 1 second here. There we go. I'll just move my little head around. Now, while I'm speaking, I can't see your comments. So I'll check in here and there so that maybe I can see, or I'll just answer them afterwards. So this is what we have been covering all week: more money, more joy. And it's been a fantastic use of my time. I hope it's been extra valuable for you too. Let's go here. Here are the main topics that I covered over the last 4 days. Today is number 5. This is what you really need to make more money and do it in a way that feels joyful. Do it with calmness, do it with ease and confidence. Number 1, I squished all of the days and recapped on our main points. So how to overcome money fears, doubts, insecurities. Number 2 was your successful money producing mindset and habits to decrease stress and increase joy while you're making money. Because we all know that with new ways of thinking, we act differently and then we produce new results, right? You want more money, you want professional growth, you want to make a bigger, meaningful impact with your life, and you want to do it in a way that's joyful. Well, you need to think differently if you're not getting those results right now. You need to act differently and you'll be guaranteed better results. Number 3, we covered how to build your work around your dream life. That was yesterday. So you can enjoy money and a fulfilling personal life. So rich. If you haven't watched that, I'd watch the replay or watch it a second time. Little bit about myself. I know that you may know me already, but you may not know all of this. I've coached and trained audiences in business and healthcare for clients all over England, Denmark, Canada, the US. I love doing international work. I find different cultures so fascinating. I offer business consulting and spiritual advising, no matter if you are a spiritual person or you believe there's a universal energy that's bigger than yourself. I do that. I offer that spiritual advising and business consulting for leaders and teams to boost their impact, their income, and their joy. And I'm married to my lovely husband, Beach. We live here on Vancouver Island with our two boys and our Boston Terrier, Layla, and our big fat cat, Frankie. And it's a great, great household of people. So you can see there in the middle are my two sons. One on the left is Simon. He's 14, and Gavin is on the right. He's 16. And my mom is squished in the middle, definitely shorter than everyone now. A big part of my career is speaking, and you can find me there on the beach in front of my house. That was last year. So I really am fortunate and very thankful to have created my business around my dream life. And some of the places I've been able to travel are pictured here. Top right there is Hawaii in Honolulu Bay. There's taro fields behind me. I do not like taro personally when to eat, but it's gorgeous to look at. Below is Thailand on my latest trip in 2018. Hopefully we'll be going there soon. No, I will. On the left is a view from one of the places I camped in Thailand that had the most extravagant island view. And above is my family in the middle on one of our latest trips to Hawaii, going again there soon. So all of this was possible because I decided it was possible. I allowed myself to dream big, and then I used the systems that I teach and the habit steps for developing new habits in my own life, because I better be walking the talk if I'm going to be sharing this with you here. So you can too. I did it. You can. Here are some of the people that I've worked with. I've been very blessed and fortunate to work with doctors and midwives from BC as well as Alberta, Ontario. I've worked with law practices and engineers. I've worked with PR companies. I've been thankful to work with realty companies and Royal Bank, Coastal Community Credit Union, financial institutions. It's a real honor to work with the leaders of these companies and organizations and be able to help them up level their personal lives while they increase their productivity and focus and get better money results as well. So let's hop into the overview. This is our first point: how to overcome money fears, doubts, and insecurities. Put your hand up or a little asterisk in the comment, or if you're watching on Facebook, do play with me here. Comment if you think, really, do I even need a mindset shift? Because that was me. I felt like it was just, my desire was just to get the action plan and run with it. Come on, mentor, give me the action plan. Let me just run with it. But what I realized from working with my first coach was, like I'm teaching over and over, repetition, we need new ways of thinking to get new visible results. Remember, the roots have to change for the shoots and the fruit to change. So you must have a cue to remember when your thinking needs to change. And there's a lot of external cues in our bodies that give us that attention we need so that we can change our thought patterning. So if you're feeling sad or anxious, if you're experiencing low self-esteem or brain fog, confusion, if you feel like giving up, what I want you to do is just, your first step is to notice what thoughts might be causing you to feel that way and stop you from taking action, because that's what those feelings do, is they slow down your progress, and you don't want that. I know you're on this training to speed up your progress. Get more happy, get more rested, get more feeling calm, feel more profitable and abundant financially. And so if you're feeling those feelings, those are your cues that your thinking is out of alignment. So your next step is to ask yourself, what would I be thinking if I was assuming everything was going to work out? How would I be thinking different? What would make me feel excited about the results that are coming to me, the payoff for my work? What would make me feel motivated? What would I need to think? And then you choose that thought that drops down in your consciousness, because whatever question we ask ourselves, we will receive the answer for. So, my friend, be very careful what question you ask yourself. How do I want to feel versus how am I feeling? Remember, don't focus on where you are. Number two, isn't she awesome? Your successful money producing mindset and habits to decrease stress and increase joy. Let me know if you love that granny in the comments, because she may be your future self, rock star, like full on. I should have put a man in there too, an old man. But, if you're a man and you're watching this, you are so, so cool as well. Very cool. So remember that calmness and joy are a result of your focus. Don't focus on where you're going, but don't focus, on where you are right now, because that can make you feel like you don't have what you want and things are lacking and maybe you're not enough. None of that. You want to focus on who you're becoming and the vision in your heart, in your spirit. Hold that vision clearly, get more and more clear. Just like if you're going on a vacation, you dream about that vacation. I want you to be dreaming about your new financial future and how you feel in your personal life while you're doing so well financially. Hold that vision and focus on that. And that will help you develop the habits necessary to create it. It's super cool how things come into existence and how much power you have to create them. So practice being your rad rock star future self now. What would she be doing that you aren't doing? What would she do less of that you might be doing too much of? And number three in our recap is how to build your work around your dream life so you can enjoy money and a fulfilling personal life. What I've learned is that I'm important and my happiness matters just as much as it does anyone else's. So the people that you serve who pay you, your family who you live with or live maybe nearby, you are important just like they are, but you might treat them as more important, give them more of your time, think that their happiness has to come before you can be happy. But the truth is, you can be happy and they can be happy. And it's good that you're happy because it helps them be happy. It's not a selfish thing. It's not. When you take care of your needs, you are happier and you have more to give from an overflowing cup. It's what abundant life is all about. When you take care of yourself, you treat yourself with lovely consideration, then you have that to give other people. So remind yourself, Nancy, that this one's for you, another affirmation that I have more than enough time for everything that's important to me. So that when you're feeling pressed for time, that one really helps you relax. Okay, here's the bonus for today. Our focus, the psychology of the sale. It's a quick one slide I'm going to share with you, and you're going to want to screenshot it because selling doesn't have to be difficult, right? We can sell authentically and naturally, and we can feel much more confident about it. So let me teach you how. We all know that there's a big truth about money making, that it doesn't have to be difficult. And there's phrases I'm going to share with you in just 1 minute so that you can sell with more ease. Put a little number one in the comments if you want to sell with more ease. Oh my goodness, I love ease. Makes me breathe more clearly and more fully and get excited. But before I hop into those sales phrases, what I want to make sure that you're grasping is that you're not going to just meet someone. Typically, you won't just meet them and they'll say, yeah, I'm ready to buy from you. Or, yeah, I'd love your product. I'd love your service. Sign me up. Because we're humans and we're in a human to human relationship when we're selling. We're adding value to their life. We're making their life better when we sell to them. And we need to remember that we're dealing with a human, and psychology says that that other human, they need to bump up against us. They need to have 7 to 10 touch points of interaction with us before they're comfortable, feel like they can trust us, we are reliable, we are an authority in our field. And I need that too when I'm buying from someone. I need to get to know them. I need to experience what they can do for me and how they can help me in ways that I might feel stuck, or where I know there's a bigger opportunity for myself, but I'm not going to just sign up with anyone. I'm going to follow my gut, because your intuition is a really good guide for you to make decisions. Your heart is what you want to start practicing listening more to instead of your rational brain. So you want to connect heart to heart with people. And you can use these phrases to do that, okay? Who's excited? Put a little exclamation point in the comments or the chat if you're here with me live, because I need your energy just as much as you need mine. So you have to bring it too. Alrighty, let me move my face over here, and I highly recommend you screenshot this. So these are going to bypass the rational brain of the person who's interested in working with you. Would you be open to the idea of people want to see themselves as open? Yeah, I'm an open person. I'm not closed-minded. I'll hear you out. I'll listen to what you have to say. Sure. What's it going to hurt? So would you be open to the idea of hanging art in your living room and having a house that feels more vibrant? Would you be open to getting your book written more quickly so that you can get it out into the world if I showed you how? Here's the second. So I'm just giving you two examples of, for ladies that are on this call live, that might resonate. There are two types of people. So which are you? Here's an example. There are two types of people. Some people who like to pay me upfront because it saves them a good chunk of money, and some people who like to pay me with a payment plan. So what works better for you? There are two types of people. Some people who like to make progress on their own, and they're willing to take months, sometimes years, to get the same result as they would if they worked with me. And they're ready to, this group of people is ready to get going now. So which group are you in? What type of person are you? Do you want to do it yourself, or do you want my help? Imagine how it would feel to blank. Imagine how it would feel to have my app to help you in crisis situations when your mind isn't thinking properly and you don't know what to do to help the person in front of you, so you can follow the steps on my app. It's only $9.99 every month. That's going to save you so much stress and maybe help you save lives. I'm speaking from the perspective of one of my clients who's a midwife, and I can't tell you anything more about the app, but it will help save lives. So imagine how it would feel to own that, to use that, and to be helped by that app. Blank shouldn't feel so blank, or blank should be blank. One of my strongest philosophies in my line of work is that work shouldn't feel so exhausting. Work should be joyful. Work can be joyful. Money making shouldn't make you feel like you want to pull your teeth out, or selling shouldn't make you feel like you want to hide in a corner. So how about you? Fill in the blanks for yourself. If you want X result, then take X action. If you don't want X result, if you don't take X action, you may experience X undesired result. So if you want to speed up your progress, then have a discovery call with me. Let's discuss options. If you don't take that action, you may experience prolonged results, stress and frustration, like I did, because I've been down that path and I waited 3 years and I could have made progress so much sooner and enjoyed that income so much sooner. I'm not sure if this is for you or who needs to hear this. I love this one, everyone who's watching right now. I'm not sure if this is for you, but I have this offer and it's only open until the end of April. And then my rates are raising. Then I'm raising my rates. I'm not sure who needs to hear this, but for years, I filled my house with beautiful art from my clients, and it's changed the atmosphere of our home. Would you like to change the atmosphere of your home? And the last one, if you're serious about what the time is now, contact me at whatever, cell phone number, website. If you're serious about, let's just say, if you're serious about being proactive about your health, make sure that you're working with me as your family doctor. If you're serious about getting the best doctor there is in this area, then contact me. My next availability is in 2 months, coming from a doctor's perspective, right? So now I'm going to show you the last screen. You know how to contact me at my email there. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Okay. Now I'd like to ask you what your greatest takeaway has been from this training so far. We've spent 5 full-on days together, and I hope I've delivered really deep value for you that's useful. You know, I said yesterday that you've been test driving me all week, and if I was like a Porsche, like a shiny, sparkly, cool Porsche, you know that when you decide to buy me, it's like it's not even it's not a cost because it's an investment because unlike a cost like a vacation that you experience and then it goes away, the investment that you put into working on yourself by paying me never goes away, and you get a return on your investment. You get money, you get joy, you get rest, you get a whole new lifestyle. That's pretty priceless. So if you want to hop in my car, we can take off right away. If you're considering working with me, I have 2 spaces open. And I want you to imagine what it would be like to get faster results. Listen in because I'm using one of those phrases. Imagine what your life could be like if it wasn't filled with anxiety and stress sometimes when you're up leveling yourself professionally. If you could feel more calm, what would that feel like? How would it impact your life? How much more patience would you have for your family? How much more sincerity could you deliver your business services with if you felt like inside you were calm, no matter what was going on? If your family was creating stress in your life, but you were able to stay calm and focused and produce great results in your business and have boundary lines around your time, around your business hours, so that you didn't bring work home, imagine how awesome that would make you feel. I would love to share my systems with you, would love to pour into you what I've learned about habit development and thought repatterning. I would love to share with you the templates and the worksheets that I have that will speed up your progress in business, help you be more visible. And Sophie, I'm really looking forward to working with you. You know it. So for those of you who are ready, I know that those 2 spaces will go fast. So contact me. I also have 2 more spaces in my group coaching program, and it's called Mountain Movers, and it's designed specifically to help people be able to, leaders in their field, either spiritually inclined, healthcare professionals, business leaders and entrepreneurs, boost income, boost impact through their work, and experience that calmness that allows you to be connected with your family as well. We all need more time for ourselves. It's really crucial to be able to do work with excellence. Let me know what your questions are and contact me for the application form to spend that 20 minutes with me, and we can talk about what your options are and payment plans. I would love to hear your top insights. If there's anything that you've shared, let me just check here. Okay, any questions now? I'm going to hop into a few that I received. And this is like having me as your coach, but more, this is more like an overview of what it would be like to have me as your coach. But if you want a custom plan and attention to detail in your own life and business, that's when we would work together privately. So Nancy asked a couple days ago if I would answer these questions on today's call. And she wanted to know if I had more daily affirmations that I could share. So that was one of them that I created for you today, Nancy, which was, I have more than enough time for everything that's important to me. I know that when I feel pressed for time, I get anxious because I feel like, well, I know this needs to be done in my business, but if I do that, I won't have time for my family. Or I know that my back is aching a bit and I need to go and exercise or walk my dog, but then maybe that business activity won't get taken care of. And then maybe I won't bring income in and I start thinking anxiously. That's when I remind myself, Amy, you have more than enough time for everything, and everything works together perfectly for your good, and everything happens in perfect timing. Here's just some more I'm spurting out for you, Nancy. I'm more than capable of managing this stressful situation. If I don't feel joyful, I can get my joy back quick. I'm important and I matter just as much as everyone else does. It's more important that I like myself versus needing to be liked by others. My opinion matters and I fit in. My voice matters. As I think of more, I'll tell you more. Yes, she says, I like the one that's, I am a magnet for good things. Money comes to me easily and like magic out of the blue. That's one of my favorites. I make money with ease. I sell easily. I connect with people easily. I deliver high quality service that people are hungry for. International clients come to me with ease. They find me with ease. So, what we're doing when we're using an affirmation, everyone who's watching right now, and chime in if you are loving this part, just put a number 7 in the chat box or in the comments. You are speaking into life what you can't see yet. So, you are actually creating with the power of the spoken word. Don't you love it? You have the power of life in your words. So, use it. Call into life. Another question that Nancy had was, do I do the daily routine and ask myself who I want to be that day first thing in the morning or before I start work? Typically, it's when I'm sitting down before I start work, but it can be any time in the day. Sometimes I've used this reminder to help me anchor back into the present when I'm feeling scattered. Who do I want to be right now? Okay, I want to be calm. So, what would help me be calm? And then I'm back on track. Okay, when something comes along with the potential to throw you off track. So I think what you mean, Nancy, is throw you off track and make you unfocused and maybe scatterbrained and anxious. We'll be wrapping up in 2 minutes, everyone. Like maybe family phones and they want to talk for half an hour, but you're in the middle of a project or you're on a call with a client, but you think that that family call might be important. What do? How do you address it? Nancy, I think I need a little bit more detail, but I think what you mean, you said, do I have a strategy or phrase that I can say out loud, or do I just go back to the affirmation? I think what you mean is twofold. What do you need to remind yourself? So ask yourself right now, Nancy, what would I need to remind myself of in the moment? And that's what you would then steer your thinking to focus on. And part two of this is I'd really like to share the power of boundary setting, setting healthy limits for yourself. Remember that you can say no, I'm not available, and at the same time still love someone and be a caring person. Just because we learn how to set firmer boundary lines with some people in our lives doesn't mean that we don't like them or that we're being inconsiderate or uncaring. We can be truly loving and considerate and honest at the same time, clear and honest at the same time with a caring heart. So please let me know any other questions that are coming up right now. I'm going to quickly check Facebook to make sure that I'm answering everyone's questions because that was my goal for today. Make sure I'm answering everyone's questions, but it looks like you're all filled up. So I pray that your day would be full of joy, that you would be able to breathe easy and deep, and you would be able to make money with ease, power, confidence, knowing some of these skills that I've taught you, some of these daily habits and strategies and systems that I use. And I would be so honored to work with you privately or have you in the Mountain Movers group. So contact me today and get that application form. I can't wait to work with you. And thank you for joining me live. You are welcome. Have a great day.